Hey guys, today I have a card opening video that's a little bit different, and I've already opened this box, but this was sent to me by a guy who has created his own card game, and most of the art in this game was done by him. It's themed mostly for kids, but after looking at the gameplay and stuff, it actually looks pretty fun to me, so I'm really excited about getting to try this out. I'm very thankful that he chose me to send this to actually give it a shot and everything. So today I'm just going to unbox it. We're going to go look through some of the cards, see what they look like and everything, and then later I'm going to do another video, more of a review of it after I have some time to sit down and actually play the game some. This game is called Animo. It's a living deck Bible verse game, so it's very similar to other TCGs and stuff, and there are actually similarities you might notice in this game between Pokemon. It's a simple game to learn, simple game to play, but it seems to be very fun. So this is the starter deck. It comes with actually two decks, an Armorino deck and a Hightail deck. So you have everything you need to play the game in this starter deck, and right off I can tell you I really like this packaging. It's very sturdy and thick, and it feels very well made. So that's the starter deck. And then you also have two other expansion decks, a Hopeful Hearts deck, and just based off two of the characters I've seen so far, might be my favorite. The More Than Conquerors deck. That character right there is like a spin-off of or not a spin-off, but a sort of a parody of a Star Wars character, which I'll show you in a little bit. But those are the two expansion decks, and then they also have booster packs, and he sent me a few of those. And one of the things about these booster packs is that there are no rares in here. They're all the same rarity, which does make it less fun because there's not really a big chase card in here to try to find, so it's not quite as much fun to open them looking for big cards, but it makes it a lot easier for kids to get all the cards, which is kind of his goal right now, to make it easy for everybody to get the cards so everybody can play this game. That's all we have in here. Let's take a look at these. We're going to start with the starter deck, of course, because that's what you're supposed to start with. So let's get this thing open. There we go. Like I said, this feels very well made. The packaging, at least, feels very well made. The front, oh, that's actually really cool. This box is held together by magnets. So this is made to be used to carry the starter deck around with, to play with. Very nice. Almost like a board game. So on the inside, we have a little pamphlet here with a QR code for the full instructions on how to play, along with the shortened version. And there are at least two different games, two different ways you can play with these. There's the Sharpen Your Sword game, which that gives you the layout and everything, and I'll go over that in another video. And then the Hide It in Your Heart. Kids can carry these around, like carry one of the cards around in their pocket. Each one has a Bible verse or just look at this one. It has a, what do you call that, attribute on it of kindness, and a verse on here, Galatians 6:10. Therefore, as we have the opportunity, let us do good to all people. So a kid could carry that around in his pocket and use that to memorize that verse, or to have that handy all throughout the day. There are these counters that come in here too, very thick. Like these, compared to the counters in Pokemon, these are fantastic. Look at how thick that cardboard is. The ones in Pokemon are just trash, but these are useful. So you have counters, you have the little instructional pamphlet, and then the deck. And let's find the tab to pull to open this up. So like I said, this can be used as one deck, or you can split this into the two different decks to play a full game. And if you look down on the bottom right hand corner, there's an icon down there. That's the Hightail. So this is the Hightail deck. And then if we look in a little bit, that blue one is the Armorino deck, and it's got an A on it. So you have different characters in here. You have your Animo, which are, and just to start off with, these feel like more like playing cards than trading cards. These feel really good. Those are good quality cards there. So you have your Animo, which are the good characters, and these you can kind of think of like Pokemon because you have a level 1, which can then be sort of evolved into the level 2 version. This Blush here can be evolved into a Blossom level 2. And you can see these bunch of different characters, and they're all based off kind of animal type themes, which is, I'm guessing, where the Animo comes from. You have different power. I don't think they're called powers. I looked all this up and it's kind of vanishing out of my head right now. Power card. Yeah, it is a power card. So you have basically faith, hope, and love. And so this one is love. This one I think is hope. And that one is faith. Purple is faith, I believe. So anyway, you have your 3 powers that you use to play the cards. So Furball uses 1 love to play. Blush uses 1 love and 1 of any to play. So you have your Animo, and then you have your Cinnies, which are the bad characters that you can play one of these, and your opponent has to get through it before they can score points. So it's kind of like a blocking mechanism. And here's a look at the ones in this part of the starter deck. And then you have story cards, which these basically you play at any time, I believe, or just about any time, certain phase, and you just do what the card says. Kind of like a trainer card or something. Shuffle your hand to your deck and draw 4 cards. So you have different abilities on your different story cards, and then equipment cards that you can attach to your Animo that give them either abilities or more power or more strength or something like that. This one, basically, when your Animo is to be discarded, you discard this card instead, and your Animo goes back into your small group, which get more into that when I actually go through how to play this thing. And then you have your powers. And then prayer can count as either one. It can be faith, hope, or love. So then in the next deck, we have Ninjiano, Wariano, and Armorino. So there you have a level 1, level 2, and level 3, and you see how that can evolve into itself, or how those can evolve. So here are all the other ones in this deck. And we have the Armorino Ultra, which, as you see, this is a level 1 card. So this would be like a Armorino EX or GX or something. It's a little bit stronger. You can play it straight from your hand. You don't have to level it up or anything. And then we have the Cinnies in this side of the deck. Take a look at those. And Fear Crow Mega. I really like the art on these cards. This is meant to be targeted towards younger kids, I think. But honestly, the art is really well done, and especially for most of it to be done by one person. So the story cards on this side of the deck, an equipment card, Sword of the Spirit, the power cards, Faith, and then we have scorecards, which you can use to keep up with how many points you have, so you're not having to write things down. So you got 4 of these, or actually 6 of these, so 3 for the Armorino, 3 for the Hightail deck, and then this blank card, which I haven't looked it up, so I honestly don't know what that is for. Can't tell you what that's for. Blank card. And then you have a little reminder card for each person, for each deck, so you can kind of remember how the game goes the first few times you play it, which is nice to have. And then this. Do not put this deck in the game drawer. It's much more than a game, it's a living deck. God's word is real and alive. Sharper than any two-edged sword, so go ahead, add cards to this deck. Mix them up with cards you find in character packs or expansion decks. Carry them with you, read them daily, stick one on the bathroom mirror, Leave one as a bookmark, play the games, customize your deck, give them to friends, trade them up with others. God's Word is a gift. So that's really cool to me. Different things you can do with them other than just play the game. It's a really cool game to me. And like I said, I can't wait to really be able to sit down and play this game. So put the starter deck back up and let's take a quick look at these. I know I just kind of blazed through the starter deck there, and I'm going to kind of go through these fast because I don't want to take up too much time, but I do want to see what cards are in these and what the cards in the character packs are like. So let's find the tab, open this up, and give these a quick look through. There's a twirly wall, an octawall, a hatchie, another hatchie. So these also, being an expansion deck, I'm sure you could just play with this deck as itself as well. You don't have to use this to expand upon your starter deck. You can use this just as its own deck. There's another blush. So these are basically more advanced decks. Kind of like a, hey, another ultra card. Kind of like a, what you call them, a theme deck in Pokemon or any other trading card game. Tuttle, Herald Ash, Vinion, another Vinion, Picky. Oh, it's a nasty looking one. A Judgeweed, a Winguy. The stack is getting wobbly. Vix, Confirmander, Tuber Sloth, Potbelly, some story cards, Line in the Sand, Created Cosmos, Copper Coins, Baby King, Black Friday. You see these also have an icon down here for this deck, so you know they came from this deck. And you can pretty much get most of the cards in this first expansion by getting a starter deck and the 2 expansion decks. That will just about give you every card. So that's that expansion deck. And then this is the expansion deck that I'm a little more excited about just because of 2 of the characters in here. You'll probably get it when you see them, because like I said, they are kind of a play on Star Wars characters, which I think is really awesome. Okay. And if you want to read that, there's the back of this, so that kind of gives you an idea of what comes in this deck. I'm looking forward also to seeing what other cards they come out with for this game. There we go. Had to get it started just to get that off. Okay, here we go. Go through this deck. Pondersaur, a couple of those, a Conquerosaur, Hoofit, Monkinek Bee, Cutie Pillar, a couple of those, a Metacoon, Glorified, Croaken, Toadkin, Percy, Corsican, Reflexor. These have some interesting names, just like Pokemon. Grundy, Lumini, Monkinek Y, a Tatawon. Here you go. Tatawon. Just like a Padawan. And doesn't this look like Luke Skywalker on Tatooine? That to me is pretty awesome right there. Followed by another Tatawon and an Obi-Wan, just like Obi-Wan Kenobi, who happens to be my absolute favorite Star Wars character. So kudos to you guys on that. Gorillascape, a Mechanape, and an Obi-Wan Ultra. That's awesome. That's my favorite card in here, by the way. That's my favorite card already. Snagoon, a Braggarooster, Inigo, Venomouth, Pandit, Sulky, Discriminator, a Heater, and was there not? I don't think this deck, oh, the other one didn't have a mega either, so yeah, interesting. Some story cards. Y'all can take a look at those as I go through them. Equipment cards, and then your power cards, and 2 prayer cards in this deck. So yeah, this is going to be the deck that I play right here. I can tell you that right now. Okay, so before this gets way too long, there's the back of these packs. 100 characters. Most trading card games portray the fighting of pretend battles with violence and magic. Animo equips kids to fight the real battles they face every day with the ultimate weapon, God's Word. And then there's the website if you want to learn more. I'll also put a link down in the description where you can go and buy these or just learn more about these. And so this is kind of like Redemption, where these come in little boxes instead of packs like other games. So there's an Aviator, a Cutie Pillar, a Bibsy, and there are a few cards that you can only get in the character packs here. Shine Spark, a Metacoon. I'm not 100% certain which ones they are, but I don't think I've seen a Gratifly yet. So now a Muralian, Testifly, Behemoth, a True Blue, another Tatawon, a Blossom, and a Blush. And I don't know if any of the Ultra or Mega cards are in these packs. Oh, well, that may answer my question right there. Yes, Ultra and Mega cards are in these packs, because there's a Fearcrow Mega. And a Grundy, a Mechanape, a Lumini, Herald Ash, Grill Escape, Cabounce, Purity, Conquerosaur, a Fibbits, a Rattler, Glubby, Plungeit, Globster, and a Confirmander. So yeah, also there are going to be challenges, I think, that kids can do with these, complete certain challenges and stuff, and there will be foil cards available that they can earn. So instead of having chase cards that you just pull in packs, they'll actually be able to earn the chase cards, like the foil cards and stuff like that, which I think is really cool. It's definitely a different way to do games like this. Another Armorino, Wariano, Octawall, and a Hatchie. One more pack here. Alright. And this glue on here is very strong. And there we go, my favorite card right there. Obeywan. And Love, Prayer, another Armorino Ultra. Another Obeywan Ultra. If these weren't all the same rarity, that would be like fantastic right there. Oh, and a Hytale Ultra. Look at that. Man. Furball. A Hairball. Ninjiano. A Twirlywall. A Bloom. Glimmer. Stagnetic. And Chipper and Hytale. And so now you can see, like, these cards, they do not have the icons down here, like the ones in the starter deck and the expansion decks. So just so you can tell, these are collectors wise, this is a different version of those cards. So if you're like me and you're a collector and you want every single version of every single card, then you do need to buy the booster packs. You need to buy all those and all that stuff. In my opinion, this looks like a very fun game. I can't wait to try it out. I'm gonna take a little time, play this a few times, and I will come back and let you guys know what I think about the gameplay and all that. So far though, I really love the look of these cards. They're very well made. The art looks great. The packaging is great. And I think they so far have done a fantastic job on this game. Yeah, I can't wait to play it and let you guys know what I think. And I will talk to you next time.